AI grading is becoming a serious part of classroom assessment. Some teachers see it as a huge time saver. Others worry about accuracy, privacy, fairness, and whether it could weaken the teacher's role in grading. And honestly, both sides have a point. AI grading can be incredibly helpful, but it also can create problems if it's used carelessly. So in this video, we'll look at the real pros and cons of AI grading, what teachers should watch out for, and how to use AI grading in a way that supports your judgment instead of replacing it. The reason AI grading is getting attention is simple. Grading takes a lot of time. Teachers are not just marking right and wrong answers. They're reading essays, checking reasoning, reviewing rubrics, writing comments, identifying misconceptions, and trying to give feedback that actually helps students improve. All that work matters, but it can also take over evenings, weekends, and planning time. That's why many teachers are asking a practical question. Can AI help with some of this workload without taking away the human judgment that good grading requires? The first major benefit is time. AI grading can help teachers process assignments faster, especially when the work is repetitive or rubric-based. That includes short answer responses, quizzes, worksheets, essays, lab explanations, and other assignments where the teacher already has clear criteria. Instead of starting from a blank page for every student, the teacher gets an AI-assisted first pass. That first pass can include suggested scores, feedback comments, and patterns across the class. The teacher still reviews the work, but the starting point is much stronger. And that can give teachers time back for lesson planning, small group instruction, student conferences, and life outside the classroom. In a tool like GradingPal, the workflow begins with the teacher's assignment and rubric. The teacher chooses the assignment type. For a quiz, you can upload a copy of the quiz. For something like an essay, you can type a description, paste a description, or ask AI to help you create it and upload source material. The teacher can upload a rubric that they need to use from their school or district, from their device or Google Drive. They can also reuse an existing rubric if they're a repeat user inside of GradingPal, or they can use AI to help them generate a rubric. The teacher can read and review the rubric if AI generated it. They can click in here to edit, and if they're ready, they can approve it. They can also choose a feedback style and then upload student submissions. The important part is what happens next. The teacher can click in to view a submission, and everything here that you see is just first draft scoring and feedback from the AI. The teacher has the responsibility to review. You can click in, you can see a description that AI uses to explain why a student got a score for a specific rubric row. If you disagree, then you can click in to edit that score manually up here or by choosing a different performance level below on this clicker. You can do the same with the feedback. You can click in to edit manually or with AI, but if you want to add your own voice, you'd edit in here, highlight, delete, change what you want, save your changes. And then once everything is completely reviewed, a teacher would click in to mark as reviewed and then return the submission to the student. The second benefit is feedback. Students need feedback while the learning is still fresh. But giving detailed comments to every student can be exhausting and take a long time. AI grading can help generate targeted feedback more quickly. It can point out strengths, gaps, missing evidence, unclear reasoning, and rubric criteria that need improvement. It can also help make feedback more consistent across a full class. That consistency matters. When the same rubric is applied across many submissions, AI can help reduce the variation that sometimes happens when a teacher's grading late at night, under pressure, or across multiple class periods. But again, the teacher's review is essential. AI feedback should be a draft, not the final voice. Another major benefit is insight. Traditional grading often ends with a score, but good assessment should help teachers decide what to teach next. AI grading can also support rubric alignment. This is especially useful when teachers are grading complex assignments like essays, constructed responses, document-based questions, CER responses, lab reports, projects, or presentations. When the rubric is clear, AI can help connect the student's work to specific criteria. That can make scoring more transparent. It can also make feedback easier for students to understand, because the comments are tied directly to what they were expected to demonstrate. But this only works well when the rubric is strong. If the rubric is vague, the AI output may also be vague. So one of the best ways to improve AI grading is to start with better grading criteria. So yes, AI grading can save time, improve feedback, support consistency, and reveal useful learning patterns. But that does not mean every AI grading tool should be trusted automatically. And it does not mean teachers should hand over grading decisions to AI. There are real concerns teachers should take seriously. Let's look at those now. The first concern is feedback quality. Some AI-generated comments can sound polished but still be too generic. For example, a comment like, "Add more detail" may be technically correct, but it does not tell the student what kind of detail is missing. Good feedback should be specific. It should connect to the assignment, the rubric, and the student's actual response. That is why teachers should review AI-generated feedback before returning it to students. The teacher can keep what is useful, edit what needs improvement, and remove anything that does not match the student's work. The second concern is accuracy. AI can evaluate patterns in student work, but it may not always understand the full classroom context. It may miss a student's learning history. It may not know what was emphasized during instruction. It may misread unusual handwriting, unclear formatting, or a response that shows partial understanding in a less than obvious way. That's why AI grading should not be treated as automatic grading. It should be treated as assisted grading. The teacher is still the professional decision maker. The teacher decides whether the score is fair, whether the feedback is appropriate, and whether the result reflects the student's actual understanding. Another concern is fairness. AI systems can sometimes reflect patterns from the data or instructions they are given. That means teachers and schools should be careful about bias, language differences, accessibility needs, and whether the tool works fairly across different types of student responses. AI should not penalize students for having a different writing style, a developing command of academic language, or a response format that still shows valid understanding. Rubrics help. Teacher review helps. And schools should choose tools that are designed specifically for K-12 education, not generic tools that were never built for classroom grading. Privacy is one of the biggest issues in AI grading. Student work can include names, writing samples, learning needs, scores, and other sensitive information. Teachers and schools need to know how that data is handled. Before using an AI grading tool, it's important to ask, is the tool designed for K-12 schools? Does it support school privacy requirements? Is student data used only for approved educational purposes? Is student data used to train AI models? Who can access the data? And does the vendor provide clear documentation for schools and districts? AI grading should never require teachers to compromise trust. The final concern is over-reliance. If teachers simply accept AI scores without review, the tool can become a shortcut instead of a support system. That's not good for students, and it's not good for teachers. The goal of AI grading should not be to remove teacher judgment. The goal should be to reduce repetitive work, surface useful patterns, and give teachers a stronger starting point. The teacher still brings the context, the relationship, the instructional knowledge, and the final professional decision. This is why teacher control is so important in GradingPal. The AI can generate rubric-aligned scores and feedback, but the teacher reviews the results. The teacher can edit feedback, adjust scores, approve final results, and decide what gets shared with students. This keeps professional judgment at the center. AI does not replace the teacher. It supports the teacher. And when used this way, AI grading becomes much safer, more practical, and more useful in real classrooms. AI grading is not perfect, and it should never be used blindly. That's why the way an AI grading tool is designed matters so much. The concerns we discussed in this video are real. Feedback could be too generic, AI can miss context, fairness has to be checked, student data must be protected, and teacher judgment should never be replaced. GradingPal is built specifically for K-12 teachers and schools with these concerns in mind. It helps teachers grade with their rubrics, review and edit AI-assisted feedback, check scores before anything is finalized, and keep professional judgment at the center of the process. It also helps turn grading into useful classroom insight so teachers can see strengths, gaps, learning patterns, and what students may need next. The goal is not automatic grading. The goal is responsible AI-assisted grading. Teachers save time, students get clearer feedback, schools get a workflow designed for classroom use, and the teacher stays in control. That's what GradingPal is built to support. To learn more, visit www.gradingpal.com. So, before using AI grading, here is a simple checklist. Does the tool use your rubric? Can you review and edit scores and feedback? Is the feedback specific enough to help students improve? Does the tool protect student data? Does it help you see class-wide learning patterns? And most importantly, does the teacher stay in control of the final grading decision? If the answer to these questions is yes, AI grading can be a powerful support. If the answer is no, the risk is much higher.